Every day, around 385,000 new humans are born, tiny sparks of potential, futures unwritten. But with every birth comes a silent question. Is it right to bring someone into this world? It's one of the oldest, most personal, most haunting dilemmas we face, to create life or not to. The inherited assumption. For most of human history, the answer was simple. You're born, you grow, you marry, you reproduce. Life begets life, as natural as breathing. No debate, no philosophy, just inevitability. But somewhere along the way, as our minds grew more curious, we started asking harder questions. What if life isn't a gift, but a burden? What if creation isn't always kindness? The natalist dream. Natalism tells us that life is inherently valuable, that being alive, with all its pain, joy, struggle, and surprise, is better than never having existed at all. It speaks to our instincts, hope, love, legacy, the desire to continue the human story, to pass on our values, our DNA, our dreams. In this view, to bring a child into the world is to cast a vote for beauty, for possibility, for meaning. The antinatalist rebellion. But then comes antinatalism, the quiet, radical counterpoint. It argues that existence is not always a favor, that birth is a risk no one consents to, that to create life is also to create suffering, unavoidable, unpredictable, sometimes unbearable. For the antinatalist, the greatest kindness might be to prevent harm by never causing it, to break the chain, not out of hatred for life, but out of compassion, the moral tug-of-war. This is not just philosophy. It's a battlefield of ethics, emotion, and identity. Some say refusing to have children is selfish. Others say having them is. Some frame natalism as an act of faith. Others see it as blind optimism. And here's the danger. When one side tries to morally conquer the other, to shame, to guilt, to call it unnatural, immoral, ungrateful. But philosophy isn't here to declare winners. It's here to ask, what kind of world are we building when we force people to choose a side in a question so deeply personal? The freedom to choose. Here's the truth. Natalism is not a duty. Antinatalism is not a doom. You don't owe the world a child, and you don't owe your future child a world you can't guarantee. Some will create life and raise it with love. Others will choose silence and, in doing so, prevent unknown pain. Both are choices. Both deserve respect, not because they are right, but because they are free. The existential mirror. In the end, this debate isn't really about children. It's about us, about what we believe life is. Is it a sacred flame meant to be passed on endlessly? Or a momentary flare? Beautiful, yes, but fleeting, and not to be multiplied lightly. To ask that question is to hold a mirror to existence itself, and to answer it is to define what kind of human you want to be. Freedom of choice. So, to be or not to be. Maybe it's not an answer we give once, but every day, with every thought, with every act of care or restraint. Because in the end, the most powerful choice might not be the one to create life, but the choice to think deeply before we do. Subscribe if you believe philosophy should challenge, not command. Let's question life and the power to give it.